There's a comment I can't avoid. Bobby says, the Warriors being on two of your number one movies that you guys picked. Myself being gay, watching the Warriors, it just seemed like a bunch of gay guys trying to fight for their territory, dressing up and makeup and doing dance routines. Freaking love this movie.
That's a way to look at it.
You know what I mean?
He's not wrong.
You can't have a bunch of guys walking around with their faces painted, wearing fucking baseball uniforms. But what the fuck, man? But I love it. I fucking love this shit, man.
I need to watch it again now just to have that version in my head so I can interpret it that way.
That's fucked up.
You would be fucking interesting. But I like that. He's not wrong.
Just put Dead or Alive on in the background. Dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun,
good.
dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun.
really good.
That makes the line come out and play a little bit different in my head now.
Hi, this is Colonel Death Curse Society. For just as little as $3 a month, you can help feed Zigzag all the pizza for a week. If you want to become a member, check our website at deathcursesociety.com. Then click on the membership tab.
Thanks to our final girls and guys, Christy, Faze, Lorena, BD, Alex, and Robert. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn enchilada pod. And, of course, our camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck, Sheck, Dave, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Okay. We're going to start with Colonel. And I think what we're going to do is all four of us do our top 5 comedies.
Like I was telling these guys before the show, I honestly just kind of went with what was the first things that came to mind for all these movies. This list is probably interchangeable from the bottom half, but fuck it, we'll get started. Coming in at number 5, my favorite Matt Stone and Trey Parker movie, Orgasmo. Being a
very good
millennial, you have to have Matt Stone and Trey Parker somewhere on your fucking list. And Orgasmo is just fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go see it. What the fuck's wrong with you? Coming in number 4, Mel Brooks classic, Blazing Saddles. I can't say more than anybody else hasn't already said about this film. Number 3 is hard for me to separate them. So Clerks and Clerks 2. Fantastic storytelling by Kevin Smith. 2 totally different comedies, but they both work. Before anybody asks, no, I haven't seen Clerks 3 yet because I don't want it to ruin my fucking fantasy about the Clerks universe.
I didn't know there was a third one.
His last few movies have been shit, in my opinion.
Huh.
Coming at 2, another classic. I've loved this fucking movie since I was 13. Up in Smoke. Comedy gold. And it's not dated. To this day, it's still not dated, other than that in most states, weed is now legal. So you probably could get by driving a weed van made out of weed. Coming in at number 1, I don't need to say anything else. Monty Python and the Holy Fucking Grail. The best nerd comedy of all time.
You can grip it by the husk.
That's right. And like I said, we're not doing honorable mentions tonight because we discussed this. We were all confused, but I have probably about another 10 to 12 movies listed that I would have loved to put on this list. So,
yeah, I think we could have done like a top 20 of each kind, but that's not the show we do. No. I mean, this is I feel like we're going to have to keep saying throughout the night, like, this is a rare thing where we, talk about something other than the horror. But, just in case anybody new pops in and is just like, oh, let's see what this horror podcast is about. And then and we're talking about fucking Orgasmo. Like, really?
Oh.
First movie out of your head is Orgasmo?
It's great.
It is.
I mean, I don't know.
Christ, where? Every time. That's the thing I can say on the air. That's not even like my favorite running joke in the movie. I just can't say my favorite running joke in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
In
Yeah, you
2024.
should.
The whole delivery of that joke is what is so fucking funny about it, you know. That's but if you know, you know. I hate saying it, but that's what this is.
All right. Well, and that also, for those of you that are relatively new, this is a perfect representation of an introduction to Colonel.
Yeah, I
Right
believe so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
right out of the gate.
What the fuck?
Let's see. Orgasmo, dirty. Blazing Saddles, dirty and offensive. Clerks, offensive. Up in Smoke, weed. And, you know, so,
Man, I'm not even a smoker anymore. I gave that
not
up
a smoker
years ago.
anymore.
But,
Oh, Lord. No.
Monty Python, one of the nerdiest comedies of all time. But
So
good list,
quotable.
Colonel.
So
Good.
fucking quotable.
thank you.
Good list, Colonel.
Progress.
All right. Ziggy, you're next.
Comedy. I'm just gonna say before we start it. There they are. Never mind.
Too bad.
I just kind of went with the ones that I remember. And there's a million of them, and this list could change a lot, a whole lot. I mean, I've got a fucking bunch of honorable mentions to go here too, and it's ridiculous. And we're not doing those.
We're not going to mess with those right now. So,
Right? I know.
But if they come up, they come up.
I mean, because there's ones I saw later or I thought of later, and I just went, yeah, but. Number 5, Tommy Boy, the late great Farley, and David Spade, probably one of the best buddy comedies of all time, and it's fucking side-splitting laughter, as they say. I mean, when they're in the car and the hood flips up and shit, the deer trashes the car, all that shit is fantastic, and the physical comedy is top-notch, and it's got a heart too to go along with it. Number 4. I'm not really a golfer, but Caddyshack has been something I've watched since I was a child, when I was young, and always found it funny for different reasons, you know, outside of the plot and everything, like when the guy's drinking the drinks and throws up in the fucking caddy, you know, and it's great. Bill Murray, you know, is in this movie, is a classic character and somebody that is quoted, you know, again, a very quotable movie here.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3, shit, man. This is, many said for the longest time, this is the perfect comedy. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Steve Martin, John Candy, Del fucking Griffith, a name I can't, I know Neil Page too, it's Steve Martin, but Del Griffith, you know it, that face pops right in your head as soon as someone says it. And he nailed it. And again, another movie with a heart. But the fucking comedy, again, you're like, the best laugh in this movie for me is when they're driving down the wrong road and he looks over at him and he's the devil going, ah! I almost pissed myself watching that scene, man. It's just perfectly executed in time comedy, and you've all seen it. And if you haven't, shame on you. Number 2, Blazing Saddles. I mean, it's horrible, but listen, they had Richard Pryor writing this movie with them. Mel Brooks constantly going, Richard, we can't do that. And he said, you have to do it. This is the funniest thing. This is going to be an iconic movie. And look what we have here all these years later. It's fucking an iconic fucking comedy. Ridiculous, dirty, bad, but funny. And number 1, I know it's weird. It's not it, but look at the writing of this. This is a John Landis fucking classic. The Blues Brothers, man. I mean, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, the music, the fucking way it's delivered, the way it's presented, the car chase, all of it. It's so fucking good, man. And they never snap out of it the whole way. I love this movie. And I understand why people were arguing like, that's not really a great comedy. It is and it isn't. I think it is. And this one's very much nostalgic for me. So, I mean, that's why I go with it, and just, I love when they're talking to the nuns and she's smacking the shit out of them with the rulers and stuff like that. Again, more physical. There's just a ton of this stuff. This was a skit on Saturday Night Live, and arguably this is the greatest. Fuck Wayne's World. We got the fucking Blues Brothers.
Ooh.
Wow.
I said it.
May have to talk to our associate producer about that.
I said it.
Man.
Yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was definitely a honorable mention of mine. So
No, I was honest. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Not even.
Really?
No?
I probably need to rewatch it. I was younger when I seen it.
You definitely need to rewatch it as an adult. You'll get like twice as many laughs as you did as a kid. Lorena wants to know, how is Steve Martin not Steve Martin? How is Monty Python not on your list, Zag? We've quoted that whole movie to each other.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Well, it would be an honorable mention. This was one I needed to have more. Again, I said these are movies that touched me. I saw Monty Python a bit later than a lot of these. I mean, well, not Planes, Trains, obviously, but or Tommy Boy, but all the other three I adore. But I mean, Monty Python is. People love it or they don't. I love it, but do I love it enough to beat any of these 5 movies? I don't know.
No.
Interesting.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
First off, I'll give you the floor for a minute. Do you have a rebuttal to the fuck Wayne's World?
Yeah. Fuck Ziggy. Wayne's World was almost my number 5. It was so fucking close. And then now I'm pissed that it wasn't. Because Wayne's World just got a fuck you for one of our hosts. But hey, whatever. Man, you're a drummer too. What the hell? Whatever. It's fine.
Wayne's World is okay, but it's not better than the Blues Brothers.
I'm with FaZe on this one.
I'm with FaZe on this one. I think Wayne's World, out of all the Saturday Night Live skits that went on to be features, I think Wayne's World is the most solid.
Well, you can have a nice can of a silhouette of a go fuck yourself and enjoy some Wayne's World. Now I've got the Blues Brothers.
Well, fine.
Yes. You have fun with that. All right. FaZe, here come your top 5 comedies.
Bam! Wayne's World tape doesn't even work anymore. And speaking of tapes that don't even work anymore, by number 5, Dazed and Confused, that tape definitely doesn't work anymore. I watched the fuck out of that when I was 13, 14.
I'm going to give you a bonus track. So number 6, Wayne's World?
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Fucking, but yeah, Dazed and Confused for my number 5. Everybody knows that fucking movie. Yet again, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I also thought, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which these guys showed me recently.
My
but I don't
God,
have
it never even occurred to me, that one. Holy shit.
What?
Yeah, I don't have the nostalgia for that one that I do for Dazed and Confused.
Fuck.
So, I had to do what I had to do. Number 4, the South Park movie, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, which is a dick joke. Fuck it. What? Did you never realize that?
No, I did. I just love the fact that you were like, which is a dick joke.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, no, that's another one that you got to watch if you haven't seen it. It's Matt Stone and Trey Parker again, just one of the earliest, finest. Like you said, every one of our lists should have a Matt Stone and or Trey Parker movie in there somewhere. It just needs it. And I went with South Park because I love me some South Park. Number 3 spot, I love Futurama. It's one of my favorite shows ever made. All of the movies they came out with are all bangers. All of them are fucking bangers. I went with Bender's Big Score because that one is just a little bit higher up for me, but they are all fucking masterpieces. Nobody is wrong in saying which one is their favorite. Speaking of shows that have a shitload of movies, Trailer Park Boys. It was tough to pick one, but I had to pick one because it's Trailer Park Boys. I picked the Christmas special, the one from 2004, because that one just has all of the most iconic scenes, in my opinion, especially the end where, spoiler alert for a 20-year-old movie, where Bubbles finally accepts that his parents are never going to come, and he realizes Ricky and Julian have been his family this whole time. And then, that to me is the most iconic moment in all of Trailer Park Boys. And number 1, the most recent entry here and the most recent movie, and probably in all of this, because this came out in 2023.
Yeah.
Fucking Metalocalypse, Army of the Doomstar. Number 1. I love Metalocalypse. But the reason why I have it as number 1 here, because this is one hell of a fucking movie. I love a good finale, and this is a perfect I don't use that word often. This is a perfect finale to an amazing fucking show. There's no negative I can say about it. I could watch it a million times. It's so great. It's so amazing that that something so brand new ended up making my number one spot here. But there you are.
That is
That's my
interesting.
top 5.
All right. Phase is top 5, folks.
Yeah, definitely Metalocalypse is for even if you're not a metalhead, the fucking characters that are in the band are
dude. Pickle was my fucking guy, man.
Pickles, fuck yeah, man.
If they're loosely based on real guys in the game, and I'll leave that up to you. So I'll just it's funny though. But yeah, Phase, great list, man.
I have a couple of questions here. Well, or comments, I guess. I mean, 3 of these I have absolutely no. I'm not into cartoons much.
Right.
I am. Movie. I understand you are. 3 of those I don't. I absolutely have no interest. I didn't realize the Trailer Park Boys have been around since 2004.
That's what I was thinking.
1996.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been around for a long fucking
Black
time.
and Whites, dude. They were filming on old fucking technology, but it was an indie when it first started.
Oh wow! I haven't. I've only started hearing about the Trailer Park Boys maybe in the last like 5 or 6 years.
What?
So,
No, when Netflix bought it in 2007, that's when it.
Yeah, that's when
yeah, it was probably about when. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know a whole lot about your list, so I can't say much. The only thing I will say is, Jesus, dude, could you pick longer titles for fuck's sake?
Yes, I mean, did you see on the honorable mentions? I had the Aqua Teen movie in there, which is like Aqua Teen : movie for theaters. Like it is the longest, stupidest title they could have ever made. I almost put that on there just to fuck with you, but I didn't.
Yep.
Hold on, I got to look at this now.
Yeah, it's massively fucking long.
They made it the longest. It's a movie with Neil Peart in it, so I almost put it in just for that. But
and it's not even the actual sign for colon. It's the word
no,
colon.
it's the word colon. Yeah. They worded it all out.
Yes. If you were walking by Crank's,
wow.
If you were walking by Crank's apartment whilst he was editing this, you might have heard this. Fuck you.
A few times. Good God, dude. I mean, you're covering like 60% of the graphic.
I wasn't expecting you to use all of the fucking like.
Well, but if I didn't, then this bit wouldn't be as funny.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it gives me something to bitch about. Come on now.
Fine, that's your extra work.
I mean, 16. The shortest title on your list is 16 characters, and that's because it's using an ampersand.
What is that? Days of
yeah. Like, yep. Come on, man.
You're welcome. Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks for messing with my OCD while I was working on this today and yesterday. I will say my top 5 comedies are far different. I don't think we share any.
Wow. What a shock.
Yeah.
Big shock, right?
I'm not really shocked. Yours is different.
Crank as fuck. Yeah, I wasn't surprised about phases really, but yikes. Anyway, here we go. Number 5, Quick Change, a rare Bill Murray movie. Gina Davis, excellent film about trying to rob a bank and then escape New York without being detected. Randy Quaid, but New York throws the entire book at them on the way out, and it's just hysterical. I love the fact that when we were in Chicago at Bill Murray's Caddyshack bar, they had posters of a lot of his movies there, and I finally was able to find one for Quick Change, and I was happy to see that. So yeah, Quick Change. Number 4, The Paper. A lot of people, actually, I would be shocked if more than like 3 of you out there have even heard of this. An old Michael Keaton movie. Star-studded cast: Gina Davis, a ton of other people. Randy Quaid also, I think, is in this one. Ton of people in it, but it's about the inner workings of a newspaper. Robert Duvall also. the names just keep coming to me as I go. And it's about the inner workings of a newspaper. I grew up working in newspapers, and this was very, very true to life, but exaggerated in a way. And I fucking loved it. It's one of those that I have on like VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray, digital, so I have like all the copies of it. I love it. Number 3, Heathers. We've kind of talked about Heathers in the past a little bit. I see a couple of you guys happy about that on there.
Yep.
A very dark comedy. The relationship between them two are phenomenal. Number 2, The Secret of My Success. Another rare kind of underseen, maybe you could say, Michael J. Fox comedy.
Saw it in theaters.
Good for you, you old bastard. I think I did too, actually. That was what, 88?
Something like that. But I remember
87, 88.
It's a real feel-good movie, though. I mean,
it is.
It's one of his better films.
Yeah, and the soundtrack is great. I had the cassette that I jammed to all the time.
What was that band that did all those fucking sound? Was that the God damn it.
Don't ask me, man.
Same guy that
it was one of the guys from like it was a guy, he had broken off of a big band to do like a solo thing.
Yeah, wasn't it the St. Elmo's Fire guy?
Yeah.
Parr or something, and
John Parr.
Right.
Or something like that. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, find it. It's fun. About a guy from Kansas that gets a mailroom job at a big company in New York and weasels his way into the corporate ladder in interesting ways. I don't know. An overachiever's movie, I guess. And number 1 for me is a movie I have loved since I was a wee bitty child. I don't remember how young I was the first time I saw this, but Dudley Moore and John Gielgud just sold this movie for me. And it's Arthur. The 1981 version, mind you, not whatever 2000s bullshit remake that Russell Brand put out, which I haven't seen and I'm not going to see, but whatever. But Dudley Moore, that role is one of my favorite fucking roles of all time. Again, great soundtrack. John, and to see an actor as distinguished as John Gielgud, just delivering the lines like he did, and it being some of the funniest shit you've ever seen. You want me to come in there and wash your dick for you, you stupid shit? Just so good. And yeah, so there we go. That's my list for
Take
comedies.
my hand. Well,
that would leave you with one. Lorena says, comedy, number 5, Chatterbox. Number 4, The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. Number 3, Cheech and Chong's next movie. Number 2, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And number 1, Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. No horror. All right, Patricia's got a list of comedies. Okay, going backwards. I'm just going to read it that way. Number 1, Nothing But Trouble? Really? Number 1. Interesting. All right.
Oh, yeah,
number 2.
Right.
Number 2, The Dream Team. Good call. Very good pull. I love that movie too. Yeah. Number 3, Blazing Saddles. Number 4, The Couch Trip. Number 5, Bridesmaids. Honorable mentions, Death of Smoochie, the Kevin Smith comedies, National Lampoon movies, and everything Mel Brooks, and the Porky's movies. Yeah. I'm actually kind of shocked that Porky's didn't show up on maybe Ziggy's list.
It's right there, man. It was like
Dude, that was pretty close to mine.
Number 6.
Maybe 7.
Well,
Joshua.
All right, I've been waiting for this one.
I know. I wondered when it would show up. Joshua.
Lebowski. Yes.
Number 5. The Big Lebowski. Number 4, The Great Outdoors. Number 3, Vacation. Number 2, Airheads.
Number 6.
And number 1, Revenge of the Nerds.
Number 6.
Very good.
Luke. No particular order. Basketball.
Yes.
All right. Mm-hmm. Mall Rats. Very nice. This Is the End. Blazing Saddles. and the Stoned Age.
Stoned Age. See, I knew someone was going to pull that one, man. I was like,
Hell yeah.
it's the what is it? The Wish version of Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused.
Funny as fuck, yeah.
Check this out, Grandma Face.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Blazing Saddles, The Jerk.
Yes, the jerk.
My
Nice.
sister will be happy about that. She was saying, "Hey, where's the jerk?" It's like, yeah, that's definitely in that 10 for sure.
That's a good call. I love The Jerk. No order. 3 maybe-ish, Groundhog Day, Blues Brothers. There you go. I see what's going on here.
Hey, she likes a movie. You leave her alone.
And Arsenic and Old Lace. Very good. Very good. Tarek. Yeah, Tarek, saw you were confused as to what the hell we were talking about when you got here tonight. You couldn't respond at the time. But yeah, we're doing comedies, dramas, and then action. Or comedies, action, and then dramas. So get some more lists ready. Tarek's comedy list. Number 5, Dogma. Coming out on Blu-ray soon.
Which
Finally.
bullshit. Because now that DVD you picked up for me that I paid for ain't worth a goddamn anymore.
Yeah, it is, because that'll still be a collector's edition.
True.
Right.
Number 4, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Number 3, Life of Brian.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Oh yeah.
Number 2, Harold and Kumar 3 Christmas. Okay.
That one is pretty funny, man.
I think I see what you're saying. And number 1, Zach and Miri Make a Piano.
No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Dude, the scene with Justin Long in that movie is fucking great.
All right, BK's list.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Modern Problems. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5,
Yeah.
Modern Problems.
Better Off Dead.
Number 4, Better Off Dead. Very nice. Number 3, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. I haven't seen that one. That one's relatively new, though, isn't it? Like in the last 10 years, 15 years? Something like that.
Sounds funny.
Number 2, DC Cab. Wow.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that one in a while. I may have to look that one up pretty soon. And number 1, Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles is getting a lot of love tonight.
It's a good one.
It's a classic, man.
Funny is funny, dude. I mean, and it's a movie that could not be made today.
All right. Luke says 5 best comedies. It's hard. No shit, dude.
Yeah.
I could list about 50 of the best comedies ever. My 5 that I chose are the ones that I've watched lately. Basketball will always be up there. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are heroes to me. Fair enough. Paula says,
good.
No particular order, going old school. Arsenic and Old Lace. Ghost Mr. Chicken. Operation Petticoat. Nice. Support your local sheriff and Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Nice.
Yeah. Very good list, guys. All right, next up, guys. Moving on to action. Who's the action man of the night? Let me see your moves. Let me see your kicks. Oh, yeah. No?
This one was fucking hard.
Yeah,
man.
Colonel's just looking at his phone like, yeah, I'm the action guy.
I usually do this. That's my action.
Ziggy, you get to kick it off on this one. You want the list now, or do you want
I have
to?
nothing to set up on this one. You ruined my monologue on the last one, so just go ahead.
Yeah. Damn.
All right.
There we go.
Here we go. Action movies. Who doesn't love them? And there's 100. You could pick 100 fucking action movies. Kill or Be Killed was considered for my list. That's how fucking deep I go with this shit, okay? Who's out there with me for that one? All right. Good guys
nobody.
wear black. How about that? Huh? Woo, Chuck Norris. There's a bunch. It's a whole bunch of shit. I'm an old bastard. But action, it starts, profoundly moved me. Memories, saw them several times, went back to the theater and saw them, just loved them all, except one of these, number 2. We'll get to that later. Everybody say it, man, for number 5. Flesh.
We were all out of fucking key.
Hey, remember one of them?
Bullshit. I was on key. Fuck you guys.
It sounded all right from here because I waited even so I'd catch the delay and everything, Hopefully it sounded okay. Anyways, yes, it's cheesy. It's awful. It's misdirecting. It's like sexual. They aimed it at 10-year-old kids like myself when this got released, but I loved it because Queen did the fucking soundtrack. And BK, man, we would reenact the football scene in his basement because we had the record and stuff, man. It was fantastic. And they have a badass DVD out of it now, and if you don't have it, you should get it. But Flash Gordon, wow, just love it, still love it. One of the few movies I went to where the entire audience stood up and applauded at the end of it in 1980. So there you go.
Wow.
They have low expectations for the films they want to.
Dude, sold out theater. I mean, sold out one of those giant fucking big screens too, you know, and it was like, what the fuck? Everybody stood up and cheered.
In 1980.
1980.
Like,
my people. Number 4, it was a highly anticipated sequel, and for a while it was, you couldn't beat this. The tech, the shit they did, the effects were amazing. Terminator 2, Schwarzenegger came back and took the whole fucking world and stuck it on its ear. 1991. I mean, am I wrong? Did you guys?
No.
Was anybody not blown away by Terminator 2?
No.
I mean,
Dude is a shit. Especially like when in the scene where he's in the dude's house and he cuts the skin off his arm, peels it off. Like a 6-year-old colonel was like, whoa.
Yeah. Number 6. Number 6, as you always say.
Yeah, I mean, it's in there. Number 3, I didn't know what to expect going to see this, and man, this if this didn't cement you as a Carpenter fan and his storytelling. Escape from New York, Kurt Russell, Snake fucking Plissken, man. Lee Von Cleef is the fucking heavy, a little bit of Tom Atkins even. Adrian Barbeau. It's just a great fucking movie, man. A great fucking weird, even though it's dated now because of the years on the screen. They should have left it kind of a little more generic, but I still love going back to this one all the time, man. Escape from New York, along with another one on this list. This one, number 2, I was going to a girl's house to watch movies and stuff, and I'm thinking, cool, get the movies on, and then you know what's happening. I fell in love with this. I was locked into this fucking movie, man. True fucking romance. I mean, the characters, everybody's so fucking over the top. The action is top notch. The dialogue is fantastic. Tarantino. It's just great, man. And it's just fun. And it's star-studded cast. Everybody came in and did a little cameo, and they make this great-ass movie like this. And
just to clarify, Tarantino's script. Scott film. Just to clarify.
I'm saying when I talked about the dialogue, that's all.
Right.
And then, of course, number 1, of course, the fucking Warriors, man. Come out and play. There's a million other movies you could put on here, too. But again, profoundly, this is a movie you would rent and watch 10 or 12 times in a fucking row when it was on. When I had early cable television, this one was one, and they would run it. They'd play 2 movies all night. This one and another one. This one and another one. And when they did this, the one weekend it was the Warriors and Escape from New York. I went nowhere from Friday to Sunday. That's all I did was watch that over and over and over again. So there you have it. The fucking Warriors, stylized gang violence at its best.
Good list there, Ziggy.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. I can't get to the
I'm
drops right
all
now.
right, I'll clap for myself.
FaZe, you get to go next.
All right.
Boom. And whoa, wait. Yeah, there we go. Boom.
Boom. All right. Man. Once again, the number 5 spot was tough. It was almost Pulp Fiction. It was almost Casino, but I went with Reservoir Dogs. I do love Mr. Tarantino.
Mr. Pink.
Yeah, it's just, there's not a lot to say. It's a great movie. Go watch it if you haven't. And the same goes with pretty much any Tarantino film. Just watch them, God damn it. Moving on to another film that you absolutely must watch, The Matrix. Oh, I fucking love this movie so much.
Another one that I went to not knowing what it was, dude, and just
man,
what the fuck is going on until you know.
Sure. Now that was one my dad showed me, so a ton of nostalgia. The Matrix is always a big love for me. And of course, number 3, I had to get some Star Trek in there. I mean, look at this wreath I got behind me.
Hell
fucking had to get some Star Trek in there. And I was thinking, of all the movies, which one do I want to do? Because I was hesitant to do The Wrath of Khan, because that's like everybody's pick for the best Star Trek movie, but
it's the best one.
It's like the Empire of Star Trek movies. It really is. It's the one that's got it all. It's fantastic. You can't go wrong with Wrath of Khan. It's so good. And Kill Bill, and I'm counting both films as one.
Right.
I fucking love these movies. So once again, it's something my dad showed me. Probably way younger than I should have, but fuck, I was really into it. I loved it. Man, I don't really want to spoil anything. It's just a murder fest. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's so good.
Very stylized. It is bloody, but when it gets really bloody, it goes black and white. So don't worry.
Yeah. I actually, back in the day, before this was made, I actually got an advanced copy of the script, both of them, because he wrote them as like one, and it was like 300 and something pages. It was ridiculous. But
then my number one, of course, it was going to be Kill Bill for the longest time, but I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, The Warriors. I'm always ranting and raving about this movie. I'm always talking about it. I'm always in love with it. I could pop it in and watch it at any point, whereas Kill Bill, I kind of have to be in the mood for it. I don't have to be in the mood for The Warriors. The Warriors will instantly put you in the mood in the first 10 seconds. It's just that good of a movie. I just treasure it so much. It had to be number one. I can't say any more about it.
All right. Excellent list, Faye.
That's a good list.
Good list, Face.
Thanks, Bill.
There's our
the wrong
Bill.
drop. But there's Bill. There's a comment I can't avoid. Bobby says, The Warriors being on two of your number one movies that you guys picked. Myself being gay, watching The Warriors, it just seemed like a bunch of gay guys trying to fight for their territory, dressing up and makeup and doing dance routines. Freaking love this movie.
That's a way to look at it.
You know what I mean?
He's not wrong.
You can't have a bunch of guys walking around with their faces painted, wearing fucking baseball uniforms. But what the fuck, man? But I love it. I fucking love this shit, man.
I need to watch it again now just to have that version in my head so I can interpret it that way.
That's fucked up.
It would be fucking interesting. But I like that. He's not wrong.
Just put Dead or Alive on in the background. Dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun,
good.
dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun.
really good.
That makes the line "come out and play" a little bit different in my head now.
You ruined the movie for me now.
Bobby, what have you done?
I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome. You turned it into a comedy for me.
That's funny, man. I don't care. I fucking love the Warriors. I'll fucking fight to the death. I'll take on the Furies and the Turnbull ACs, all of them. Bring them on.
Oh God! Thank you, Bobby, for
that.
For a great laugh. Right
that whole beach scene at the end takes on a totally different meaning for me just thinking about it. I mean, the poor guy's already down on his fucking knees. Like,
oh Lord!
I've seen other movies.
That's funny.
You Warriors are good.
Real
good.
All right, action movies. No introduction needed. Going in hot. Starting with Heat. One of Michael Mann's greatest fucking movies of all time. Michael Mann has been a director I've been a fan of for years, and oddly I didn't love his TV show, Miami Vice, but loved his movies, and this is one of the greatest, if not greatest heist movies of the last 50 years at least. Great characters, great writing, great action, and they're finally getting around to making a sequel, it sounds like, or I think it's a prequel, actually, based on a book he put out a few years ago, Heat 2. So, curious to see what ends up going on with that. Now, granted, it's Michael Mann, so it's probably going to take 5 years for it to be done, but I'm curious to see that when it comes out. Yes, Ziggy, you looked quizzical for a second.
Shouldn't it be called like Heat -1 or something?
The prequel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do the math when it comes to movies like that, but yeah, you're close.
The first thing I thought was...
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Man, we haven't dropped that one in a while.
It never fits.
I love
so I
that
saw
one.
a chance, I had to put it in,
It used to fit a lot,
Yeah.
but we've gotten better at this. Number 4, these guys have already talked about a little bit. True Romance, one of Tarantino's best scripts. Just not much more to say about it. Great characters, great dialogue.
Is there
two things he's great at?
Is this not one of the tensest scenes of all time? The Drexel scene when Clarence shows up to get Alabama's shit. That is the fucking bomb. The fucking music that's pumping in the background, and then
2 words about that thing, or 3. Gary fucking Oldman.
Oh, dude!
Roll it every time dude's on fucking screen. I don't care who the fuck what anybody says.
I love when people put those compilation photos out there of like all the roles Gary Oldman has played and been like, and say something like, now this is what an actor is, because you look at any of his roles, he's so completely different in 90% of them,
That guy's a fucking chameleon.
He's in another one of these movies that's on this list too.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's on at least somebody else's, a couple of you guys' list too, I think. But True Romance, great. Number 3, Escape from New York was one of those defining movies for me growing up. I watched that all the damn time. Had a bootleg of it recorded off TV or whatever, and then finally was able to get a non-edited for TV version. A few years later. Love that movie.
One of Carpenter's greatest soundtracks too.
Yeah, probably. Not one of Carpenter's greater sequels, but
let's not even.
Are we?
And we already know it's a sore subject with him as it is. So
are we offending you?
He fucking wrote it. He should be.
I don't want him mad at us though. If that somehow this gets to him, so
this will never get to him.
Yeah, this is never gonna get to him.
Us saying we don't like Escape from L.A.
Even as a kid, I seen that before I seen Escape from New York, and I was like, "This movie sucks." My uncle's like, "You need to watch Escape from New York." I was like, "All right."
Well, dude, I was excited when LA came out. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then, that was one of the few times. One of the early times I remember walking out of the theater mad, just upset. Like this was not what I expected.
No, Bruce Campbell in it, all these characters, these great things, and it's a basketball thing and a surf off at the. What the? I sat there when the credits rolled.
Fuck you.
Absolutely, I hated it.
I
still hate it.
Number 2, American, called The Professional. Europe, called Leon. Here now we're calling it Leon the Professional. Jean Reno, great role. Natalie Portman's first role, wasn't it? I think
It was her first,
if not breakout role
release.
for sure.
Yeah. I think she had done before that, but
I think she looks back at this role a little bit differently now.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
It's a bit.
I look back at the role differently now. Like, what the fuck?
That's why it's on a different list for me.
Oh, okay. But I think it's a beautiful movie.
It is.
I think it's an amazing movie. All the performances all the way around are fucking solid. I'm honestly, I'm kind of shocked it's not number 1 for me. I was really close to putting it to number 1, but Tarantino's first hit or first film, I went to see this in the theater. Ziggy, did you see this in the theater?
Reservoir Dogs, no. I was told that you must drop everything and rent this now,
but that was like 6 months later.
Yeah, when 3 months something after it released.
At this point in 92, 93, I was going to the movies all the time. It didn't matter if it was a movie I had seen advertised or not. I was going to the movies. And this was back in the day when I would, be able to spend hours at the theater and just 2 or 3 movies a day. And I stumbled into this one, went immediately back to the video store I worked at and got like 2 or 3 of the people that were getting off work at 4 and 6 and said, "Hey, we're going to the night show of this.
You got to see this."
Yeah, you got to see this. and then I worked at a Blockbuster, and there were 7 Blockbusters in my town. Went to another Blockbuster the next day and grabbed people from there. And I took at least 20 people to see this movie. Fucking loved it. And, it launched his career and, kind of revitalized a couple other actors that had kind of stalled out. And it's not necessarily an original story, but done so well and so differently that I fucking love it. So Reservoir Dogs number 1.
Good list, Crank.
God damn, Frank.
All right, Colonel.
Saving the best for last on action. Not really, because like I said, I'm not sold on my list. I kind of wish I would have gave this one more thought, like Crank. It would have been taking me fucking days,
dude,
for this one. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm just going to stick with it." I'm a little ashamed. I'm going to give one quick honorable mention. You guys should be happy I didn't put Hard Target on this list because seeing Jean-Claude Van Damme try to play a Cajun is fucking hilarious. I love that movie because it's so bad. But now we'll get to the real list.
God damn it.
Coming at number 5. Dude, I love Hard Target. Shut the fuck up. But coming at number 5, The Matrix.
Hell yeah.
I remember seeing this in the theaters when it first came out because obviously it was around Columbine and you had all that controversy and that was that age group where, it just, I had to see it for the controversy. They were talking about, oh, can I take this to see this movie? They took me, and my mind was fucking blown away. Don't know if it actually be at my number 5, but this movie made such a huge impact on me when it first came out. And I'm still so disappointed with the way the trilogy ended. Still bummed all these years later. But that's all right, because The Matrix was the shit. Coming at number 4, again, seen L.A. first. Uncle, you got to watch Escape from New York. Absolutely loved it. These guys stroked this movie's cock enough. I'll move on to number 3, Bloodsport. I had to put Van Damme in here somewhere, and I'm telling you, anytime Bloodsport showed up on HBO, I sat my ass down and fucking watched it. Like all that shit. It had Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds in it. Like this movie was fucking awesome. Okay, USA. That's some shit I still do with my brother all these years later. Say okay to something. Great kung fu flick. Again, Jean-Claude Van Damme, terrible fucking. I appreciate that he doesn't even try to change his accent at this point. Like, he accepts who he is. Hey, I'm okay with that. Coming at number 2 is probably my second favorite John Carpenter film, Big Trouble in Little China. Can't get enough of this movie. I could watch it over and over and over again. Jack Burton's the shit. Because what inspired me to see this movie was it was on channel Star 64 here. It was like the Saturday matinee movie. And I seen the guys. I was like, hey, that's Raiden for Mortal Kombat. Because I didn't know any better at the time. So I sat down and watched this movie and just fell in love with it since then. And coming in at number 1, wow, 3 of us really enjoy gang comedies. The Warriors. Hands down, one of my favorite movies of all time. I literally could watch this over and over and over again. Was there not to love about the Warriors? You got, like I said, you got the matching costumes. Just that's so good, man. So good, so quotable.
Well, what a great fucking adventure. I mean, here's your mission. Get home. You got to get home, but you got to go through the hostels,
And it's a simple fucking premise. It's great, man.
It's great, creepy fucking music that fits it. It's all tense and fucking, it's so good, man.
And like I said, the matching uniforms don't bother me. It does some people. They're like, oh, it's cheesy. I'm like, just ignore it. Just enjoy it for what it is. Just the orphans, like that whole scene. It's
a little dated, the dialogue and stuff.
Well, of course. Yeah. I mean, the movie, come on. Of course, most of these movies are going to be dated. I mean, The Matrix is dated as fuck right now, isn't it? Right now.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Warriors, and I really wish Rockstar. All right, you're worried about John Carpenter. They might hear us. Hopefully, Rockstar hears this. Mm-hmm. Give us a legit upgrade to the Warriors video game.
Yes, please.
We need that. Fuck that GTA shit. update the Warriors. Let us have it. I want to play King of the Hill again.
That was their best game.
Modern graphics.
All right, Lorena's list first. Number 5, tell them Johnny Watt is here.
That's right.
Number 4, The Exterminator. Number three, Street Fighter and Return of Street Fighter. That one gets Colonel's approval.
Nice. So he ripped those dick balls off, man.
Chiba.
It's fucking awesome.
And if you've seen True Romance, you know about the Street Fighter.
You do.
Or if you watch Kill Bill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 2, The Big Doll House, and number 1, Vigilante.
Vigilante.
Thank you, Lorena. Tarek says, this changes too much tonight. I guess Equilibrium at number 5. Number 4, Lockout. Number 3, Gladiator. All right, good call. Number 2, Born Identity. I need to watch those. And number 1, John Wick. John Wick climbing up. That's interesting.
Ah, man. See?
They're good action flicks, man.
Joshua's got his list. Number 5, The Warriors. Number 4, Die Hard, which, again, that's definitely in my honorable mentions. Number 3, Commando. 2,
Great.
Cobra.
Great.
And number 1, Terminator 2. Patricia, here we go. Number 1, Kung Fu Hustle. 2, Battle Royale.
Oh,
3.
Wow. Ooh, that's...
Number 3.
Many would consider that a horror movie. But I get you. I accept.
All right.
I accept.
Number 3, Mad Max Fury Road. Number 4, Action Mutante, or Mutant Action. Number 5, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Honorable mention, Bloodsport, Die Hard, Enter the Dragon.
Yes.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, The Goonies, The Warriors, and Kill Bill. Very nice. Nice list.
Nice.
And here comes Luke with Predator, number 1. Good pull. That's in my honorable mentions. 2, Hard Boiled.
Wow.
3, Die Hard with a Vengeance?
That is good.
Interesting. 4, Point Break, another good one. And 5, Total Recall. Good list, man. Sure. BK, number 5, Commando. Number 4, Terminator. Number 3, Die Hard. Number 2, Rambo, the original.
Rambo.
And number 1, The Warriors. Grizzly says Die Hard, Princess Bride. Excellent. Big Trouble in Little China, Kung Fu Hustle, The Great Escape, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Yes. Very good.
My God.
Sue's got one. Mama Faye says 7 Samurai.
I remember
The
that.
Matrix, Die Hard, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Kill Bill. Yeah, Colonel, you have Temple of Doom higher than Raiders?
Yes. It's more of a nostalgia reason. I'll be honest.
That is interesting.
Raiders probably is the better movie, but Temple of Doom just holds a special place in my heart, man.
Okay.
I'll be
Raiders
honest.
is
I'm
another
sure
one
it's a
of
better movie. I wouldn't argue that, but
All right, Paula. No particular order. Die Hard, Big Trouble in Little China, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, and Godzilla. All of them except that Matthew Broderick abomination.
man, fuck that movie, dude. I was pissed. Because I had seen that after Leon the Professional. I was like, oh man, it's got Leon in it. And I'm like,
Hey, he had to get a paycheck, man. Oh, and Tarek has a correction. Replace number 5 would be The Raid Redemption, 4, Lockout, Gladiator, Born Identity, John Wick. All right. Oh, it looks like BK changed his list too. 5, Commando. 4, Terminator. Terminator 1 or 2? Just curious. 3, Apocalypse Now. 2, Precinct 13, Assault on Precinct 13. And number 1, The Warriors.
Hell yeah.
See,
The Warriors deodorant.
It almost, I was getting ready to say it. Almost sounds like deodorant. Bronson's here. He's got top 5 comedies. We'll go back. We'll go on that for a minute.
man, throw it out there.
No particular order. School of Rock, Mrs. Doubtfire, Uncle Buck, My Cousin Vinny, and Shanghai Noon.
God, my cousin Vinny. Fuck.
All right, now we get serious, folks. Top 5 dramas, and FaZe gets to kick it off. So,
Oh shit. Okay.
here we go.
All right.
Oh.
Hell yeah, man. Another one with the number 5 kind of changed on me. Let's see. I gotta actually look. What did I originally have? I had Shawshank as number 5. That's not
right.
number 4. Django
next to you.
Unchained was the one that I pulled.
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost had that on my list. But then I moved Godfather to number 5. Those are just, man, those movies go hard. I do have to be in the mood to watch them, but man, I do love them. Shawshank Redemption, definitely the best Stephen King film adaptation. I mean, it kind of goes without saying.
Better than Maximum Overdrive?
I would say so. But there's just not a lot of competition going there anyway. Let's be honest. Except for like The Shining and a few others. But I mean, you know.
I was going to say, which Frank going to go up.
But The Shining's not even a great adaptation. It's just a great film.
You know, that's true. I can accept that.
It's a great director that makes that film more significant than the adaptation part of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then Full Metal Jacket for number 3. I have a lot of nostalgia for this one. My dad loved this movie. He played it all the time. So I saw it a lot. It's just, it's a really good one. It's intense. It's crazy.
You know what's funny?
It's memorable.
Full Metal Jacket is listed in my honorable mentions of comedies because I think this movie's fucking hilarious. I can't take it as a drama.
I saw that. I saw it in your comedies. I'm like, man, I'm going to have to ask Colonel about that one later.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. I'm curious about that too.
That's funny.
Jesus.
Then number 2, one, I'm definitely the only one that's seen this. El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie. It serves as a sequel, as a follow-up to the finale, to kind of tie off the final loose ends. Not a lot of people like it because it's really fucking slow, but I love it. I think it ties off the ribbons beautifully. It finishes off what it needs to finish off, and I adored every moment of it. It had to be on the list. And it's Breaking Bad, motherfucker. It's my favorite show. And then, of course, Saving Private Ryan. Just talk about a movie that goes fucking hard. Jesus Christ. I love this movie. And honestly, it's been enhanced for me ever since my mom revealed to me that my great-grandfather actually fought on that coast in that battle.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
It's, a little bit more enhanced for me now after knowing that. So it's pretty cool. I had to put it as my number 1. It's such a great movie. Really heavy. And yeah, that's all I got to say.
That's a good list.
Yeah, excellent list. Saving Private Ryan was the first movie I ever saw in an IMAX theater. You want to talk about
that? Would be crazy.
That was jarring. Yeah, we'll get the weird shit out of the way now. Actually, I don't think my list of dramas is really that weird. But you guys tell me. We'll see. Number 5, a very not talked about movie very often, but you want to talk about an all-star cast, check out Magnolia. Everybody from the late 90s was in this movie, including Tom Cruise in a role that, and honestly, probably Tom Cruise's best role ever. And that's saying a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Tom Cruise's acting most of the time, but in this, he shows off his chops. Number 4, American History X. Probably, if I had to guess, one of the most important movies that has happened in the last 30 years. And that's coming from after the original script was completely butchered by the studios, and this director's vision was completely mangled, and he's gone on the record as basically absolving himself from this film. But still, amazing movie. Number 3, Philadelphia, Academy Award winning turn for Tom Hanks in this one. I want to say a second in a row. This movie fascinates me, and I think it was watching people I knew in the late 90s or mid to late 90s, kind of going through both Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington's story. You know, because you had people that were getting sick and not doing well, and then you had the people that had very little idea about what this AIDS virus was, but didn't, for a while at least, didn't care to know. And the dynamic and the relationship that grows between Tom Hanks's character, I need to watch this again. I haven't seen it in a while, but the relationship between Tom Hanks's character and Denzel Washington's character in this is fucking fascinating to watch over the 2+ hours of this movie. Brilliant movie. Number 2, Field of Dreams. This one, a little bit of nostalgia for me on this one. This one always kind of makes me think of my dad. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Number 1. Oh, by the way, shirt check. I'm wearing the JFK Phantasm shirt. Sorry, Grizzly. I meant to do this earlier.
Oh,
but
I thought we were just doing Ziggy's shirt check because he's the only one not wearing more.
Right. I dug this out just for this. I know Oliver Stone is a very controversial director. And I know the JFK story is a very discombobulated entry in American history. But I think I was already kind of a self-imposed student of the JFK conspiracy theories and everything before 92 or 91 when this movie came out. And I remember me and my buddy JJ went to see this movie opening night. Remember JJ from Dallas. We went to see this on the opening night and just fucking loved it. Now, granted, don't take everything in this movie as historically accurate, clearly. But this is one of those 3-hour movies that I can literally watch anytime. Like, if anyone were to ever come in and be like, "Hey, feel like watching JFK?" Yes, I do. Stop what you're doing because I'm about to watch some JFK. I don't know why I almost turned into the Humpty Dance there, but yeah, there we go. Yeah, top 5 dramas right there. JFK topping the list for me.
That's a really good list. I'm kind of ashamed myself for not thinking of Field of Dreams because it's a really good fucking movie.
It's one of the greatest movies out there, honestly. All right, Colonel, you're up next.
All right, before the list, I guess it's a shirt check. I guess I was basic.
Oh, yeah.
I just kind of grabbed a shirt out of the closet, just my City of the Living Dead shirt. Nothing special.
Yeah.
And I had to break my movies up a little bit for dramas because I noticed the theme, and you guys are still going to notice a theme. You're going to know what kind of dramas I really fucking dig.
Yeah.
In at number 5, I have Goodfellas. Probably the second best mobster movie ever fucking made, in my opinion. We followed Henry Hill. Just a good gangster movie, man. All in all, especially the scene where they got the dude in the fucking trunk, but they have to stop and eat with the Italian, stereotypical Italian mother, makes them all a big giant fucking meal, and it's just watching the fucking plane wreck, the train wreck, whatever, car wreck crash. Towards the end of the fucking movie when he's all coked out of his fucking mind and just so fucking good. Probably about the only movie that makes me emotional on my list. Coming in at number 4 is A Time to Kill. This movie really hit me hard as a kid. Like I knew wow, those are like some bad people. I became a girl dad and I'm like, I would do the same exact thing. I would kill a motherfucker if that ever happened. And I'm not really a violent person. I'm not. I'm honestly just a big giant fucking teddy bear. But that movie just hits fucking hard. That's damn. Like there's some evil fuckers in this world. And they got what they fucking deserved. Yes, they deserve, I hope they burn in hell. Yes. Coming at number 3, probably one of the better movies ever made, though. It's hard to find a negative to say about this. Shawshank Redemption. Everybody's talked about it. We're going to move on. The Godfather.
there's one of the best movies ever made.
This is one of the best. I'll be honest, this is a better movie than my number one overall.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I have a special place for number one, but we're not going to talk about that yet. Just The Godfather, just a phenomenal fucking movie. My favorite actor of all time, obviously, stars in it, as you can probably tell by my number one. Which I'm a little disappointed I didn't put Dog Day Afternoon on my list now that I'm thinking about it.
You had it in the
That's in my honorable
mentions.
On here. They should have probably taken the time to kill. That's all right. I'm backtracking, guessing myself. That's The Godfather. Leave the gun, grab the cannoli. And coming in at number one, Scarface. Who doesn't love fucking Scarface, man? Again,
I do.
Godfather's a way better fucking movie, but Scarface to me is just more entertaining. Like Tony Montana is the fucking shit. It's just so hard not to love this movie, man, especially in my generation. It's kind of like when this movie got its second heat in pop culture and everybody was talking about it again. And this is one game that does not deserve a remake. It was fun, but I don't need it again. It's just, I don't know, man. It's so quotable. His accent is kind of fucked up. But it's still funny. It's just classic. Yeah, we're running out of time. I'll shut the fuck up.
Scarface, the world is yours.
Colonel, I will say this. This might be my favorite list of yours that you've ever done. This is a great list. And I'm not being smart ass. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not trying to be a dick. I love this list. These are all fucking wonderful films.
Here we go. Boom! Look at this. Yes.
Now, by the way, Ziggy, before you get started, this is your least impressive list that you've ever done.
Crank, this is
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I've seen a typo there, Crank.
I see it too.
Wah, wah.
I'm not going to pay attention right now.
Number 5, right there, baby. Blood in,
Nice.
blood out. Another gang, prison, drug heist, undercover narc, cop. It's got everything, man. A heavy Latino flavor to it, and it's fantastic. I stumbled onto this HBO right at the start of the credits, going, "Oh, what's this?" And it's these punk kids running around, and man, you go through 30 years of their fucking life, and it is fucking fantastic. It's very good. Lots of drama, lots of just jaw-dropping moments where you're just like, holy shit, and it's kind of a depiction of like really crazy. The economics of prison and everything is spelled out in this one. It's very cool. And then you get a prison riot at the end. That's a great payoff. Number 4, I looked at this one, and
good pick.
There's other movies like this, but man, this one, I just really dig the style of it. I love the fact that this guy kind of lived it, and then he wrote it, and now he's the fucking big boss in it. A Bronx Tale, man.
And we saw him not too long ago, didn't we?
Yeah,
wasn't he at one of the Monster Manias we were at?
Oh, Chaz.
Yeah, not Chaz, but Chaz.
Chaz, the guy in the Bronx Tale. He might have been, but I had nothing to get signed, and I think he was a little pricey. But I mean, what a great tale. The fucking biker gang in the bar. Need I say more? That is the scene. And now you just can't leave. And excellent stuff, man. I'll move along. Got to get a Kevin Bacon movie in here, man. We got Sleepers at number 3. Kevin Bacon, you can love to hate in this particular movie, but a great revenge. And then the whole fucking scheme, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling it, but to fleece the system to get the guys off, knowing that they're shitty guys, but they did not deserve what happened to them as kids that put them on that path to begin with. It's a full circle film that's fucking great, and I love it. And
dude, if anybody out there has not seen Sleepers, I'm kind of shocked I ended up leaving it off my list because I do fucking love that movie too. Please, for the love of God, go watch it. If you watch anything that we have listed on our list, I would say that one.
It's just everybody's in it. You'll recognize everybody. It's just great, and the payoff is wonderful. De Niro is great. Sleepers, man. Could have been number one.
Hoffman's fantastic.
Yeah. God damn it. It's just chock full of great characters. Number two, The Shawshank Redemption. I mean, Andy Dufresne, the fucking warden, Clancy Brown as the big lead guard. God, man, everybody is in this too. Morgan Freeman, fucking Red. Brooks, you know, he was here and he's gone now. But The Shawshank Redemption, man, it's a prison movie. It's old style prison movie, not like the Blood In, Blood Out where you get the modern kind of prison look. Different, but just as awful somehow.
Dude, next time we're in Horror Hound, we need to take a day. Well, it'd probably be, we could do it in a day trip and go to that prison.
Yeah.
Just got to go way earlier. That's all.
Yeah, you need to go through there. It's fascinating, dude.
I agree. I love it. And then, of course, number one, I saw it in theaters. I fell in love with it then. I actually purchased the European version because it's got a little bit more in there with her training and him trying to pound the psychology of a hitman into her, you know, and she just won't accept it because she's got the butterfly eyes for him and stuff. So, but Professional, as inappropriate as it is, it again has characters that are unforgettable, you know, and the action sequences, even though this is a drama list, I mean, it's the connection of, you know, Matilda and the hitman, and, you know, you got Danny Aiello is the fucking guy that owns the bar, and the guy who puts him on these cases and shit. So
the bank.
Dude, it's just fucking sweet.
Yeah, great list, Ziggy.
Good list.
Yeah. Thank you.
Minus, no, I'm just kidding. No, great list. No, I'm kind of pissed off. I didn't put Sleepers on because I love talking about that movie.
Yeah,
but yeah, excellent.
Some of it, I had to. Here's what I left off: Tombstone, Escape from Alcatraz, Goodfellas, Rounders, The Doors, Bad Boys. Now I'm talking the one with Sean Penn.
Oh God, I hope so.
In the '80s, and Full Metal Jacket.
See, here's the two I wish I could have put on my list. I already mentioned one, Dog Day Afternoon. Love that movie. I'm a little disappointed I didn't see Taxi Driver on anybody's list. Like, I didn't put that on.
The Deer Hunter.
All right.
Wow.
Bronson's list. Let's go. Bronson says top 5, no particular order. Castaway, good one. Ooh. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, great one.
Man.
Everything Must Go. Funny People, good one. Hancock.
Sure.
Lorena. Lucas, number 5. Number 4, good one. Number 4, Miss Firecracker. Number 3, Cooley High. Number 2, Ode to Billy Joe. Shit. Number 1, Ladybug. Luke says Requiem for a Dream. Good call. No, shit. Number 2, American Beauty. Excellent. That was one of my honorable mentions. 3, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. 4, The Green Mile. Good call. And 5, The Shawshank Redemption. So wait. Okay, yeah, two King adaptations and not horror adaptations necessarily. Green Mile could be considered horror, couldn't it? A little bit of supernatural shit.
Bit of supernatural in it. But
just
I'll let
just a little.
It's a reach.
Joshua's number 5, The Green Mile. Number 4, Blood In, Blood Out. Number 3, Stand By Me.
Oh, there you go.
There. Now, that brings up a good discussion. Which is the better adaptation, Shawshank Redemption or Stand By Me? Both based on short stories, but fleshed out into great stories.
Well, I'm going to go with Shawshank, but they ignore my opinion. I'm not an expert.
Number 2, Donnie Darko. Number 1, The Shawshank Redemption. So he even agrees that it's The Shawshank Redemption.
I agree.
All right, Grandma Sue has number 5, Casablanca. Excellent. Number 4, The Godfather. Yes. Number 3, Schindler's List. Yes. Number 2, Stand By Me. And number 1, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Nice.
Tarek, number 5, Searching for Bobby Fischer, the movie that came out the same exact day as... What movie?
Flash Gordon.
No, that we've talked about, not tonight, but that we've talked about a lot.
Halloween?
Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh.
Okay.
Because remember, Adam Marcus said he went to see that instead of going to see his own movie.
Oh, my God.
There he goes.
All right. Number 5, Searching for Bobby Fischer. Number 4, Primer. Number 3, Pi, not Life of Pi. Number 2, The Devil Wears Prada. Interesting. And number 1, excellent fucking choice, Memento.
That movie.
You want to talk about,
dude.
you want to talk about a mind fuck.
And I loved it because I kept going, okay, I know what's going on. And they'd be like, no, you don't.
No, you don't. Bobby's got a list. Number 5, Shawshank Redemption. Number 4, El Camino. Interesting.
Woo.
Number 3, Full Metal Jacket. Number 2, Saving Private Ryan. And 1, Green Mile. Green Mile, by far, is his favorite movie of all time.
Cool.
Excellent.
Nice.
That's a good movie, man. I enjoyed
It
it.
is a good
A
movie.
lot of that is my top 5. Look at that.
All right, Paula, no particular order. The Shawshank Redemption, Ghost of Mrs. Muir, To Kill a Mockingbird, excellent. Steel Magnolias, yeah.
Ooh, man. See?
And The Pelican Brief.
Fuck, if you're going down that road, you got beaches, you got fucking
Oh,
God,
man.
there's a ton of stuff.
Bronson, a few honorable mentions for dramas. 1 Hour Photo at Dead Poet Society was that was my number 6, I think.
There's Goodwill Hunting.
Patch Adams, are you just listing Robin Williams' entire filmography? Patch Adams, Goodwill Hunting, and Awakenings, all of them. Robin Williams, of course. Yeah.
Awakening,
Nice.
man, that's another one.
All right, BK, Dog Day, Afternoon, number 5. Number 4, one of my favorite movies, literally one of my favorite movies of all time. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. We'll come back to that. 3, The Green Mile. 2, Shawshank, and 1, Steel Magnolias. Nice. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead is written by Scott Rosenberg, the guy who did Con Air and Beautiful Girls, and I want to say there's something like recent that he's done that's kind of a big deal. I don't, maybe not Marvel, but some superhero stuff, I think. But I was introduced to this guy years ago, and I love this script. It's so funny, especially in the beginning, and it's a strange movie, but a lot of people haven't heard of it. Andy Garcia, Christopher Lloyd. It's got a pretty decent cast. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a fun little flick. So
Man.
good list, BK.
Yeah.
Very good list.
Thank you. One last time, we got to thank our members, our final girls and guys, Christy, Faze, Lorena, BD, Alex, and Robert. And one more time, happy birthday, Robert, if you're still here. And our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the Whole Damn Enchilada Pod. And, of course, our camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Sheck,
Check.
Dave, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ.